Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome to a quick preview video, or maybe a sort of review video of Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. Just a few days ago, Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition was released on Steam. Supposedly, it has reworked this ancient title from 2002, one of a game that I've got fond memories of going in. So the nostalgia goggles were on pretty firmly, and as I loaded this up and I got to the initial menu, I was like, wow, I remember this. It comes with the expansion pack, so it's got Hordes of the Underdark and Shadows of the Untitled included with it, and it's back. No longer does it rely on any external like GameSpy or any of those connection pieces of software. You can actually play this multiplayer, you can play through the whole campaign with your friends, but I will warn you, this is a game from 2002. This was a period where game developers were referencing Baldur's Gate as a classic and saying, we're bringing it into the new generation, and this is when they started making games, this particular game, in, well, 3D. Right? They were starting to render it as 3D models instead of that 2D beautiful artwork that we saw in Baldur's Gate 1, 2, and Icewind Dale. So when this came out, it was lauded as this next step in RPGs, but looking back now and having actually played the enhanced versions of Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2, you can see it's quite the step back visually. Now there is a lot of value in this title. It's only going for $19.99 USD right now over on Steam. So it's not a bad deal if you're really hard up for an RPG, but I have trouble recommending it. Combat is incredibly clunky. It is based on D&D, I believe it's 3.0, and as an older gamer now, I understand a lot more when it comes to D&D, and I understand a few more of the mechanics here on how it actually does the dice rolls at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, how AC works or armor class works. And the deep character customization when it comes to what class do you want to be, what race do you want to be, is pretty nice. Not to mention, and this is the crazy part, all of the saves from 2002, all of your mods from 2002 supposedly work with this edition. You can actually just port them over to the upgraded version. Running it in a larger resolution, I can actually run it up to 3440 by 1440 on my monitor, which is its standard resolution, works just fine. You're seeing it here, 1920 by 1080. And it seems to be okay. Menu systems from back then were pretty clunky, a lot of right-clicking to get into a radial menu, but overall it's serviceable. Not great, not fantastic, but serviceable. Once again, I'm having trouble recommending the title because there are so many other options out here that are just downright better, upgrades to this system. When Neverwinter Nights was first announced and was released, it was supposed to be the spiritual successor to what was considered a classic then, and is still today, the Baldur's Gate franchise, which you can now play. So you could just go back to that. The 2D art still looks amazing in that, even with the enhanced editions. Jumping into this one, the 3D models look okay, I guess. Not great, not great. There is an upside to this that you're not gonna find, I think, in any of the other CRPGs that we can get right now. Even talking about Divinity 1 and Divinity 2, talking about the old Baldur's Gate games, even Obsidian's titles, the new Obsidian titles, is the multiplayer in this. The multiplayer, there are almost 60-man, 80-man servers running around right now you can jump into. And a cool thing with Neverwinter Nights that I remember playing on was servers that would actually connect to other servers, meaning you could server hop, making it almost feel very much like an MMO. Pretty lively place. At one moment while messing around, I ran into Deckard Cain inside an inn in one of the online servers that are running right now. Still, there are other titles, probably better titles, for you to have that MMO experience. It's nice that it's in here and this can run on damn near anything, but it's just so dated, and I cannot bring myself to play more of it. I wish I could. I wish the nostalgia goggles were firm and that the gameplay still went out for me. When you're talking about the character stories, if you're gonna do the full campaign, you're gonna find that most of the NPCs have audio voiceover dialogue recorded, but only for the first line of dialogue, and the rest is just text, unless they're a main NPC for the proper story, for the main story. They may have a bit more.
He is now complete. May the blessing of Tyr be upon you. I have been looking forward to meeting you. The instructors here at the Academy speak very highly of your skills. Perhaps after the graduation ceremonies, we can speak and we should arrange to... Wait.
Overall, do I recommend the buy? Yes, if you're a huge Neverwinter Nights fan from the before times. If you're new coming to the CRPG genre, There are so many better options right now. You could play Divinity 1, Divinity 2 if you want to play cooperatively with a friend. If you're looking to play single player with your own party, you could play some of the Obsidian titles that have recently come out. There's even a sequel to Pillars of Eternity, which is the title I'm talking about, coming out soon, where you actually get like a sailboat you can run around on, and the artwork there has been updated and looks beautiful. Neverwinter Nights, definitely one of those titles when they were making the transition from 2D to 3D, and maybe it looked good back then because there weren't any so much in the way of RPGs to really compare to at the time, but now it just doesn't hold up. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. If you've bought it and you're playing it, do you love it? And what do you love about it? I'm having trouble remembering why I gravitated toward this title so hard when I was a kid and not so much now. So let me know in the comments below what you think, and I will see you guys next time.
Such is the city of Luskin. Others keep their identities hidden from us, striking from the shadows. I do not know who is behind this attack,